The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Matinee Madness. Matinee Madness is presented by the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center, Hagemeyer Farms, and Eldorado Scioto Downs.
Good afternoon, racing fans, and welcome to the Fayette County Fairgrounds, the matinee here in Washington Courthouse, Ohio. Frank Foz is behind the camera today, Cheyenne Chrisman, and myself, Susan Schroeder. I'm going to bring you 11 great races.
We have 8 pacing, 3 trotting. We have 39 horses in total. So there is 36 2-year-olds and 3 3-year-olds. So we have a variety of horses today, all kinds of different breeds, all kinds of different sires, dams, and a lot of first-time mothers today too. And we don't have a lot of information on these horses, so we're going to be going a lot about who they're related to. But their breeding does say a lot about them and what is going to pan out for them in 2023.
Yeah, it should be a great afternoon. The track looks absolutely perfect and the weather is wonderful. So we'll be back with race number 1 in a short while.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
For 4 generations, Hagemeyer Farms has been caring for and breeding standardbred racehorses. Hagemeyer Farms is home to a roster of champion stallions, including Western Terror, sired at 12 that have earned over $1 million. Lane of Stone, a multiple Ohio Sire Stakes winner at 2 and 3. Heart of Chewbacca, standing his first year at Hagemeyer Farms, holds the 3-year-old pacing record for the fastest mile on any 5/8 mile track in Ohio. And Rodeo Romeo, a half-brother to millionaire stallion Check 6. Hagemeyer Farms, looking to stand the next great stallion in Ohio.
We are standing here at the Fayette County Fairgrounds in front of the almost done grandstand with Lisa Schwartz, who is instrumental in putting these matinees together. Talk a little about what it takes to put on a matinee like this.
Well, a little bit more than you think, because almost all of the pieces that you need for county fair harness racing have to be here at the matinee. You have to have your track insurance. You have to have your ambulance here. You have to have a starting gate. Now, a few pieces we don't need. We don't have photo finish today, but we still have an announcer. We still have a track photographer. Line up all those people. Hope Mother Nature cooperates. Get them in here, and they're babies, so it takes a little longer, stretches out the day just a little.
But you want to take your time with these babies, don't you, and give them a good experience?
Yeah, you sure do. Most of them haven't seen a starting gate yet this season, so Mike Wupkenberg, the starter, will take them a complete trip all the way around with the wings open, get them used to seeing that starting gate, hearing the rattle of that starting gate, and then he'll start them, close the wings, and have them go in a mile that's not quite as fast as racing.
And you, back in the racing office, I was smelling that you have concessions back there.
Yeah.
What else is on tap for today?
Well, we have concessions. We have 50-50 raffle. We will draw that after race 8. And you can check in the speed office. If you've had colts that have been geldings, we can take care of that with the USDA. Anything of that nature. If you need to pay your OHHA membership or your USDA membership or your OCRA membership, we can take care of any of those things for you today.
One-stop shop and get a hot dog and join everything.
Sure, join everything, get a hot dog.
Great, thank you, Lisa, very much. Let's shoot it over to Cheyenne, who's going to take a look at the first race.
Thank you, Susan. Now we're going to go into race 1. Post 1 is with Fear the X. Driver is Austin Hanisch. Trainer is Brett Schwartz. This is a 2-year-old bay filly by Fear the Dragon out of Big Bad Beretta. Number 2 is Blissful Dragon with Clayton Pfeiffer. Trainer is Dustin Beekman. This is a 2-year-old bay colt out of Fear the Dragon and Blissful Smile. We're going to go into number 3 now, which is Rockin' Ginger. Driver is Dylan Fagan, and the trainer is Brett Schwartz. This is another filly, which is by Knob Hill High and Hot Rockin'. Our last one to fill out the field here is number 4, Too High. Driver is Mark Winters, and trainer is Richard Peterman. This is a bay colt 3-year-old by Knob Hill High and Mommy Robin Q. And now we're going to pick up the action.
Into the turn to the 5/8 they go. The leader, Fear the X and Austin Henners, too high, racing second. Rockin' Ginger is third, out and on the move. Blissful Dragon and Dylan Fagan from fourth, now third and moving up on the leaders. Midpoint of the backside, Fear the X leads the way. The inside too high, Blissful Dragon on the outside. Rockin' Ginger trails the field and moves to the outside. 3/4, 1:43 around the far turn. It's Fear the X with the lead, too high on the outside. They've got an 1/8 of a mile to go. Fear the X, too high, Rockin' Ginger and Blissful Dragon. Inside the final 8th mile, coming to the line. Blissful Dragon on the outside. Fear the X, Blissful Dragon is second. It's Fear the X and Austin Henners.
What an exciting finish that was in our first matinee race here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Fear the X just went to the front and held on, but there was a time there going around right before the 3/4 that the horse went too wide and was just about to beat her, but ended up just holding on for the win. The mile was in 2:11 and 2/5.
11-2. The quarters in 33 and 2, 108, 143, and 2:11 and 2. Fear the X was your winner. Blissful Dragon was second, and we are not sure who was third and fourth. It was so close that we couldn't separate between Rockin' Ginger and Too High. Let's move on to race number 2. This is a time bar 2:15 pace. I'm gonna go over the horses, Cheyenne.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So number 1 we have Stars Over Sydney. The driver is going to be Dylan Fagan and the trainer is Brett Schwartz. It is a bay 2-year-old by Yankee Cruiser and Megastar. We're going to go to number 2, which is Can't Take That Away. Driver is Justin Hall. Trainer is Mark Winters. Another 2-year-old called a bit of a legend out of Fran Ann. And then we have number 3, Ain't Wicked. Trevor Smith is the driver. John Ackley is the trainer. Mick Wicked out of Ain't 3 OK. This is actually a first full for Ain't 3 OK. Now we're going to move to number 4, which is our final horse wrapping up the field, is Buttermaker. Driver is Austin Hanners and trainer is Brett Schwartz. It's a Yankee Cruiser out of La Rita.
Taking a closer look at that 2-horse, Can't Take That Away, the mare, Fran Annie, produced I Got a Feeling Fran, who's over a $500,000 winner. So this Can't Take That Away comes from a very nice family.
And not only that, too, I mean, produced 8 foals, 5 of the 8 have earned money and made it to the races. I mean, it's just a really dominant dam to have in the genetics, for sure.
So let's pick up the action in race 2.
Up the backside they go. Stars Over Sydney drawing away with every stride. Can't Take That Away second. Buttermaker on the outside is third. Here comes Ain't Wicked to the outside. Into the far turn, they're by 3/4. Stars Over Sydney has a 8-length lead. Buttermaker is second. Ain't Wicked is third. Can't Take That Away trails the field 3/4, 1:45 and 3. They circle the far turn. It's Stars Over Sydney drawing away with every stride. Ain't Wicked on the outside. Buttermaker the inside. Stars Over Sydney trails the field. Coming to the line, it's Stars Over Sydney, the 2-year-old bay colt by Yankee Cruiser.
Well, race 2 was very close to their time bar. It was a 2:15 time bar, and that race went in 2:14. Last half in 2.
Wow. Yeah, and also, too, to talk about Stars Over Sydney, just went drawn away, had an 8-length lead for the longest time. Finishing second was the 4 Buttermaker, or
the 3.
The 3. It was the 3 Ain't Wicked, and then third was Buttermaker, and fourth was Can't Take That Away.
And we overheard a little comment from Dylan Fagan as he was walking out of the winner's circle. He looked over at the owner and said, "This colt's all right." Nice to hear. We're going to shoot it over to a commercial, and we will be back after that.
Racing is back at El Dorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long in the new grandstands. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday nights. Tuesday and Wednesday post time is 3:15. Thursday through Saturday, the first race post time is 5:50. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation on July 1st. Horse players earn points with the new Caesars Rewards program. El Dorado Scioto Downs. Live racing is back.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Welcome back to Fayette County. We'll take a look at race number 3.
We got 4 horses in here. This is a trot, and we have 4 2-year-olds. The majority of them are, we got actually one of each. A lot of variety here with the sires. I would like to talk about the number 2, though, Bye Bye. This is the 11th foal, and there's one horse named Fashion Creditor that has made over $800,000. Still racing here in 2023, and its best time is in 1:52. So this dam has thrown a lot of really nice horses.
And let's talk about the sire of horse number 3, Lane of Stone, the incomparable Lane of Stone. Just such a great horse, still racing. Bred 10 mares in 2020, 13, and he himself during that year had 13 starts, made $55,000. In 2021, Lane of Stone bred 3 mares, and he made $90,000 that year. And in 2022, bred 2 mares and made $76,000. So breeding mares certainly hasn't slowed him down on the racetrack. This is his first crop, so it'll be exciting to see how the Lane of Stones do.
Absolutely, and now we are going to pick up the action for race 3.
They trot the front half in 1:10 and 2/5. Into the turn to the 5/8 they go. Flip 5 Stones, the leader. Bye Bye second. Fashion Design third. Trailing Hilltop Yank. Off the turn, up the backside they go. Guided onto the backside by Flip 5 Stones and Justin Hall. Second is Bye Bye. Racing third on the outside, Hilltop Yank. Fashion Design now shuffled to 4th. By the 3/4, they trot into the far turn. Flip 5 Stones is trying to take them all the way. Bye Bye is second. Third, Hilltop Yank, 1:45 and 3. Fashion Design trails the field 4th. They have an 1/8 of a mile to come, and Flip 5 Stones turns for home with a 1.5 length lead. Bye Bye is second. Hilltop Yank, Fashion Design in that order. They're inside the final 1/8 mile. Flip 5 Stones trying to fend off Bye Bye. Flip 5 Stones. Bye Bye second. Hilltop Yank third. Fashion Design will finish 4th.
Race 3 is in the books. It was a 2:20 time bar trot, and they finished in 2:17 and 1. Flip 5 Stones. The Lane of Stone was the winner. Trainer Mark Winters and Justin Hall cut the drive.
It's so great to see. You know, you absolutely love this horse. You were excited to see this horse race today, and seeing the new sire, Lane of Stone, just showing up when it comes to the breeding side of things, and maybe, depending on how well he's doing this year, might be competing up against Triumphant Caviar and different breeds and different sires of that sort. So it's really interesting to see horses like this. The mile went in 2:17 and 1. Flip 5 Stones was the winner. Second was Bye Bye. Third was Hilltop Yank, and 4th was Fashion Design. They were all streamed alignment there all the way to about the half. Then the 4 went around the 1, and ended up being the order of the race. So it's 3, 2, 4, and 1.
Earlier today, we had a chance to talk to Brett Schwartz before he got busy warming up 11 horses that he has in today. So let's see that interview.
Okay, we are here on the backstretch of the Washington Courthouse track at Fayette County with Brett Schwartz, who does a lot of work on this track. I know you've got quite a few horses. How many you got in today?
We got 11 in today, Susan.
And how many people is it going to take to race those 11?
We got 2 employees and me, and got a couple people going to help us out today. So we got 4 or 5. So
it's a hard thing to get them all warmed up and all ready in a short amount of time.
Yeah, it is. It'll be crunch time, and they're all 2-year-olds, so it'll be interesting. We'll get it done one way or the other.
Exciting times to get all those 2-year-olds out on the track.
Yep, the sun's shining, and it's kind of you're a little giddy to see what they do today with some other horses. So yeah, it's kind of a day we look forward to from snow and ice, and we finally got some sunshine. So hopefully it's a good day.
Yeah, the track looks wonderful. You guys keep everything in such good shape here.
Yeah, the track's in pretty good shape. Yesterday, if you saw it at this time, it was nothing but a lake. So it's Joey George has done a great job getting the track in shape. So.
Well, obviously you've got good drainage.
Yeah, we got good drainage, and this track can hold some water, so it worked out okay.
And as a dad, you had something exciting happen at the FFA convention. I mean, it was the end of a reign for your daughter, but tell us a little bit about what that meant to have your daughter be president.
Yeah, she was a state officer for the FFA for the past 2 years, secretary in 21, 22. And then she got to be president for 22 and 23, and pretty good honor for her. I'm pretty proud of her, pretty happy.
We were at the FFA convention, and there's like 30,000 kids there, and she's the president of all that. Pretty neat.
Yeah, she was president, and the main thing about that organization, FFA, is the kids run everything. There's adult supervision, but the kids run the whole show, and it's just something to see.
A lot of responsibility, but I'm sure she took it in stride.
Yeah, she handled it real well. She handled it better than I would have, but yeah, she did a great job. Great job.
Well, best of luck today with your 11 two-year-olds, and it's a beautiful day to be racing.
All right, thank you, and appreciate you guys coming. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take a little closer look at race number 4. This is a 2:15 time bar pace, and we've got 4 in it. 1 Pennsylvania bred, and the others Ohio.
Yeah, and here I'm looking at the number 4, Fantasyland, related to some kind of beach who made over $297,000 with a best beat time in 1:48 and 4. 4 out of the 8 foals have made over $100,000, so the genetics are there, and it's a really strong dam for sure, which is Arts Fantasy, and the sire is Fear the Dragon. For 4 we have driving is Chuck Bowen, and the trainer is Larry Six.
So from the top down, the rail horse is Perfect Lisa, Trevor Smith up for John Ackley. The 2 horses, Hot Rod Hill, Jeff Nysonger is going to drive for Mark Winters. The 3 is My Legend, Zach Tackett gets the drive for John Ackley. And Fantasyland with the 4 hole for Chuck Bowen and Larry Six. Did want to mention the 3 horse, My Legend. This is the first foal out of this mare, but she is a full sister. The mare, AU My Darlin', is a full sister to the $1.8 million winner, Tug River Princess. So again, we talk about the genetics, we talk about the breeding. We got some good breeding here racing today.
And we're going to pick up the action here in race 4.
Half's on the board, 110 and 2/5 into the turn to the 5/8 they go. My Legend by 2. Fantasyland is second. Perfect Lisa is third, 4 lengths from the front. Trailing the field, Hot Rod Hill up the backside. My Legend will guide him to the 3/4. Right there, second is Fantasyland. On the outside, Hot Rod Hill and Perfect Lisa. Into the far turn, they race by 3/4. It's My Legend by a length. Fantasyland still second. Perfect Lisa the outside. Hot Rod Hill skims the cones fourth. They're into the far turn, 3/4. 1:45 and 4. My Legend the leader. Fantasyland is second. Perfect Lisa and Hot Rod Hill off the turn. They're on their way home. It is My Legend. Fantasyland racing second. Inside the final 8th mile, My Legend. Fantasyland coming after that leader, but My Legend. It's My Legend, Fantasyland, Hot Rod Hill, and Perfect Lisa.
It was an exciting race here in race 4. We had number 3, My Legend, win it. The mile was in 2:14 and 3/5. The time bar was in 2:15, so they almost just missed it. But this horse here, My Legend, ended up winning it. So first was My Legend, second was Fantasyland, third was Hot Rod Hill, and 4 was Perfect Lisa. With 4 races in, two horses have already won from post 1, and 2 have won from post 3. We're an even 50-50 on post positions here. We got to figure out by the end of the night what is the winningest post position here at Fayette County for the Matinee Madness.
That mile, the quarter times were 35 and 1, 110 and 2, 145 and 4, and 214 and 3. So we're going to take a short break for a commercial, and we will be right back.
Athletes, They come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
For 4 generations, Hagemeyer Farms has been caring for and breeding standardbred racehorses. Hagemeyer Farms is home to a roster of champion stallions, including Western Terror, sired at 12, that have earned over $1 million. Lane of Stone, a multiple Ohio Sire Stakes winner at 2 and 3. Heart of Chewbacca, standing his first year at Hagemeyer Farms, holds the 3-year-old pacing record for the fastest mile on any 5/8 mile track in Ohio. And Rodeo Romeo, a half-brother to millionaire stallion Check 6. Hagemeyer Farms, looking to stand the next great stallion in Ohio.
Okay, let's take a closer look at race 5. This is a 2:15 time bar pace. We've got 4 in it. The one horse is Ain't No Lather. Trevor Smith takes the lines for trainer John Ackley. This is a filly by Lather Up. Fear My Grace, Austin Hanners will drive for trainer Brett Schwartz. This is a Fear the Dragon. It was sold at the Ohio Selected Sale for $21,000. 3 horses, Faith Not Fear. Jeff Nicehoner drives for Mark Winters. This is another Fear the Dragon. And State of Fear, Dylan Fagan gets the drive for Brett Schwartz. This filly sold for $19,000 at the Ohio Select Sale.
And to talk about the field here, 3 out of the 4 are sires of Fear the Dragon. I do want to talk about the 2 for a little bit here. This is the first foal out of 5 for the dam Juliana Grace, and they have all been Ohio bred so far. So it's been 2 down by the Seasides, 1 Fear the Dragon, which is her, 1 Pet Rock, and 1 Lather Up. You did, though, want to talk about the 1 horse, correct?
Yes, the mare of Ain't No Lather. Her name is Ain't No Trouble. She did not race herself, but she is a half-sister to a $646,000 winner, Windsong's Gorgeous. So pedigree, siblings that do well, that's what we're looking at today.
When you don't have a lot of information to go on, that's about all you can do, and hope that they have a successful 2023 season. We're going to pick it up, the action here for race 5.
Into the turn to the 5/8. Ain't No Lather, the leader. Fear My Grace is second. Faith Not Fear third. State of Fear trails the field. They're off the turn and onto the backside, and they follow the lead of Ain't No Lather. Fear My Grace is second. First to move, State of Fear. Faith Not Fear at the inside is third. At the 3/4, it's Ain't No Lather. On the outside, State of Fear, Fear My Grace. Faith Not Fear shuffled the last. They're by 3/4 and into the far turn. 3/4 in 143 and 3. They circle the far turn. Ain't No Lather trying to fend off State of Fear to the inside. Fear My Grace. Faith Not Fear is the trailer. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. State of Fear on the outside. Ain't No Lather, the inside, jumps it off. Fear My Grace and Austin Hanners. It's Fear My Grace.
All right, race 5 is now in the books. We had Fear My Grace win. Second was State of Fear. Third was Faith Not Fear. And fourth was Ain't No Lather. And ended up making a break there at the end of the mile. Quarter was in 34. Half was in 109. The 3/4 was in 143 and 3. And the mile finished up in 2:14 and 1. The time bar was 2:15, so they did end up making it. And also, too, Austin Hanners has a double so far on the card.
That's good. I have to give kudos to Doug Ballinger today with 3 horses in the race that all had fear in their names. That was quite a tongue twister for him. Dylan Fagan finished second in that race. He won a race earlier today, and before the races got started, we caught up with Dylan and talked to him about his young driving career.
Hey, we caught up with Dylan Fagan, who is a up-and-coming young driver, getting his second summer of driving, correct?
Yeah, second time.
How many do you have in today?
We got 10 2-year-olds and 1 3-year-old that never seen the gate last year.
You looking forward to driving out here?
Yeah, it's a learning experience for the 2-year-olds, and get to kind of get them ready for the summer and teach them, and hopefully not teach them any bad habits.
It's important to have a good experience behind the gate, especially, isn't it?
Yeah, I really like this. Never really done it until we got to Ohio, but I really like the matinees and being able to gate school them.
What's your background in harness racing? Is your family in it?
Yeah. My grandfather used to train and drive a lot in Illinois, and my mother, she worked for a lot of big trainers, and this is all I've ever done.
So this is all you've ever wanted to do then?
Yeah. It's used to skip school, go to the barn and train, and I just always liked the horses.
Well, that is great. Not the skipping school part, but the wanting to do this for a living is great. Best of luck to you, and I will watch you out there driving the colt.
Thank you very much.
Race 6 is coming up next. This is a 1 mile pace, time bar of 2:10. First horse is Bud's Big Dance. Austin Hanner's up for Doug Hunt. This horse is a 3-year-old filly and has started as a 2-year-old, had 14 starts as a 2-year-old. Fear the Image and Randall Smith have the 2-hole. Randy Smith is also the trainer. This is a colt by Fear the Dragon. Sold at the Ohio Select Sale for $10,000. Perfect Hill and Trevor Smith have the 3-hole. John Ackley is the trainer. This is a Racing Hill colt. And Primera is another 3-year-old. Randy Smith is the trainer. We'll see who's going to drive. This is a well-said colt that had 1 start last year as a 2-year-old and 1 so far this year.
Now, talking about the 4, she is a half-sister to Moments of Joy, who made over $483,000 so far in her career and has a mark of 150. Also, number 3, Perfect Hill, is related to Nashing Hill, who raced out here in Ohio, recently just raced at MVG, and Virgil Morgan is the trainer on that horse there. Now, also, too, it's going to go up to, speaking about the 2 here, Fear the Image. This is a first foal of BD's Rockin' Image. Now we're going to pick up the action here in race 6.
Up on the outside, Fear the Image. Halfway home, 107 3/5. Off the turn and onto the backside they go. Showing away to the backside. A new leader, Fear the Image, and opens up for 2. Primera second, third, Bud's Big Dance. Perfect Hill on the outside is 4th. At the 3/4 mark, into the far turn. Fear the Image has the lead. Perfect Hill, Trevor Smith was 4th, now 3rd, now 2nd on the outside. Primera is 3rd. Bud's Big Dance trails the field 4th. They're at 3/4, 139 3, with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Fear the Image, the leader. Perfect Hill coming after that leader. Primera the inside. Bud's Big Dance, less than an 1/8 of a mile. Fear the Image. Fear the Image from Bud's Big Dance.
Race 6 just wrapped up, and we had Fear the Image win, and the mile went in 2:09 2. The time bar was in 2:10. For the other 3 horses, it was a close call. I did not end up capturing who the other 3 placings were. But so far, Post 1 has won 2, and from Post 2 has also won 2 so far, and from Post 3, it's also 2 winners. So right now, we're all even with the winningest post. We're going to have to try to figure out by the end of the night what's the winningest post. There was a little girl here in the winner's circle, and things like that just won my heart, because that's what we need. Is we need the next generation here in harness racing.
That was little Madison Smith. She's been in the winner's circle since she was a baby coming here, so she is a devoted harness racing fan, that's for sure.
Now we're going to kick it to a commercial break, and we'll be back after this.
Racing is back at El Dorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long in the new grandstands. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday nights. Tuesday and Wednesday post time is 3:15. Thursday through Saturday, the first race post time is 5:50. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation on July 1st. Horse players earn points with the new Caesars Rewards program. El Dorado Scioto Downs. Live racing is back.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Welcome back. We are here for race 7. I'm going to give you the rundown. Number 1 is Cash and Dragon. The driver is Jeremy Smith. The trainer is Ed Davis. This is a black 2-year-old filly by Fear the Dragon. Number 2 is Mud and Up. Zach Tackett is the driver. John Ackley is the trainer. This is a bay 2-year-old filly by Bit of a Legend N. Now we move on to number 3. This is Naked on a Hill. Jeff Nysonger is the driver and Mark Winters is the trainer. This is a bay 2-year-old filly by Knob Hill High. Now we're going to move on to the last one in the field here, which is Flu's Wish. This is Trevor Smith driving. Trainer is also John Ackley. This is a bay filly by Better's Wish.
The one-horse Cash and Dragon is a half-sister to Better in Cash, who has a mark of 51 and made $131,000. And the 2-horse is the first foal out of this mare. She herself has a record of 55-4. But Native and Up, which is the mare, is a half-sister to the dam of a horse in race 2. That is Ain't Wicked. And they are a brother to these 2 mares, Given Up Dreamin', who made $807,000. Naked by 9 is the mother of Naked on a Hill, and she has a record of 52-4. And the 4-horse, the mare of Winsong Feilu, the mother of Feilu's Wish, has produced winners of almost $600,000. So there's some money in this race.
Oh, absolutely. Now we're going to pick up the action here in race 7.
They've reached the 5/8 and head to the backside. Muddin' Up has the lead. Cash and Dragon is second. Naked on a Hill third. Pilus trails the field fourth. No movement as yet. They're halfway down the backside, and the leader is Muddin' Up. Cash and Dragon. Here comes Naked on a Hill. Now third on the outside. Pilus Wish is the traitor. They're into the far turn. They race by 3/4 and 1:48 1/5. With the lead, Muddin' Up on the outside, Naked on a Hill. The inside, Cash and Dragon. Pilus Wish trails the field. At the top of the stretch, they turn for home. Muddin' Up with the lead. Naked on a Hill on the outside. Coming to the line, Muddin' Up.
Another great race here at the Fayette County Harness Horsemen's Spring Matinee Meet. Race 7 was a 2:15 time bar, and they went 2:15-4. Every race has been really close to the time bar. Some a smidge under, some a smidge over, but everybody, I can tell all these drivers must be carrying stopwatches today.
Absolutely, and our winner for this race today was Mud and Up, which was number 2. So from the top down, 1 was second, 2 was the winner, 3 was third, and Flu's Wish was 4th.
Fractions were 36-1, 113, 148-1, and 215-4. Makes the last half in 102-4, which is a good last half for these 2-year-olds. Earlier today, Frank caught up with Mark Winters Jr., so let's listen to that.
Caught up today with Mark Winters Jr., and first off, Mark, you don't have any in today, but you are going to drive one for your dad.
Yeah, one for my dad, and Ed Bibler just asked me to drive one for him.
So you're going to be out there a little bit. Now, talking to your dad earlier, you two are total opposites. He likes those young horses. You want nothing to do with the young ones. You want the claimers, right?
I've just had more success with the claimers, yeah. I mean, the young ones, I enjoy them, but I've just not had the success that I've had with the claimers.
Now, your dad's very successful. You know, any pressure on you to follow in those footsteps?
No, he never really did put pressure on me, and I don't feel a lot of pressure about it, no. I just enjoy what I do and I have fun doing it.
Now, in addition to training, a little bit of driving, you're also a farrier. You shoe these horses. How tough is that?
It's busy. It's busy. I mean, long hours, but no, I enjoy that aspect of it too. I got a good group of people that I work for, and I've worked for them for years, so it's hard to give that up.
How difficult is it to know what shoe goes on which horse?
It's not difficult if you got a good trainer. They can tell you. That helps. But as far as, young trotters are your hardest.
Do you then suggest to them sometimes what you think might be better for them?
Sure, I like to watch them. I like to go and see them. I shoot for Dan Noble. Once a year I go over and watch all his babies train so that we can make whatever adjustments are needed.
All right, well, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Race 8 coming up is a 1 mile trot with a time bar of 2:15. We have 3 in it. The one horse, What a Con, driven by Trevor Smith. John Ackley is the trainer. This is a 2-year-old colt, What the Hill, out of a Jailhouse Jessie mare. Shoeless Joe Jasmine. Justin Hall drives for Mark Winters. JR Stable LLP is the owner. This is a Sebastian K filly. A Line of Stone and Jeff Nysonger have the 3-hole. Mark Winters trains. By this colt is by Lane of Stone out of a Muscle Massive mare.
I am absolutely excited for this race because we have Shoeless Joe Jasmine, who is a half-sister to Doc's Boo Boo. Doc's Boo Boo was our 2-year-old filly trotter finalist and winner last year and has made over $112,000 so far, a down-by-the-seaside trotter, and actually has a mark now as a 3-year-old of 155-1. Also, to move up, we're going to go with What a Con. Is also related to Peter the Con, who won a Buckeye Stallion Series last year at Delaware. We're going to pick up the action here in race 8.
Shoeless Joe Jasmine, the leader. Line of Stone next. What a Con, right there, third. Halfway home in 109. Up the backside of the 3/4. Shoeless Joe Jasmine, the one to catch. He leads a Line of Stone by now only a length. What a Con takes a peek to the outside, and Trevor Smith has him in gear. He's rolling up on the outside from third, now second. Shoeless Joe Jasmine only by 3 parts of a length. What a Con draws up alongside. A Line of Stone is third. They move into the turn. They're at the 3/4. 3/4 in 144. A little better than an 1/8 of a mile to trot. 3 of them right there. Separated by 2 lengths. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. It's Shoeless Joe Jasmine, What a Con, a Line of Stone will tip 3 wide. He's on the grandstand side. A Line of Stone is coming after those leaders. What a Con, a Line of Stone. What a Con.
Once again, this race was very close to the time bar. Time bar was 2:15 for race number 8, and they went in 2:15-2. The winner, What a Con, a 2-year-old colt by What the Hill out of a Jailhouse Jessie mare. A Line of Stone was second, and Shoeless Joe Jasmine finished third.
And talking about What the Con, I mean, right around that 3/4 pole, that horse just went too wide and he was just going. There was no stopping him, and it was a really close call, but the one ended up getting the job done.
Fractions of that race were 34, 109, 144, and 2:15-2. So we're going to go to a short commercial break, and then we will be back.
For 4 generations, Hagemeyer Farms has been caring for and breeding standardbred racehorses. Hagemeyer Farms is home to a roster of champion stallions, including Western Terror, sired at 12, that have earned over $1 million. Lane of Stone, a multiple Ohio Sire Stakes winner at 2 and 3. Heart of Chewbacca, standing his first year at Hagemeyer Farms, holds the 3-year-old pacing record for the fastest mile on any 5/8 mile track in Ohio. And Rodeo Romeo, a half-brother to Millionaire Stallion Check 6. Hagemeyer Farms, looking to stand the next great stallion in Ohio.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Welcome back. We are here with Dr. Bob Schwartz, who is president of the Fayette County Fair Board, and we're standing in front of your grandstand that looks like you've made a lot of progress.
We started a major undertaking here, Susan. We didn't know what we were getting into when we tore into this grandstand. It was originally constructed about 1890, so a few years ago. So we ran into some problems that we didn't anticipate. It's taken us longer than anticipated, obviously, but we're very pleased that what's gone on so far, and we'll be finished by the fair. And we have just the finishing touches that we have to put the railings up and do some seeding and planting grass here in front of it. But we're very well pleased with where we're at.
It looks like it's going to be a great, just a great grandstand. Everything is nicely painted that was here, and you kept the old seats.
We kept the old seats. We wanted to restore as much as we could. Also, if you notice, and this is thanks to the matching grants from the OHHA, we have a beautiful fence around the outside of this racetrack that we used the matching funds grant to construct this year. We're very proud of that and want to thank the OHHA for their help.
And it looks like not only is it really pretty, but it looks like a very sturdy fence.
It's a good fence, and the other one was here about 40 years, and we hope we can get 40 years out of this one.
Yes. Yeah. Well, let's change gears a little bit. You have your Midland Acres hat on, so let's talk about the breeding season. How have things gone this year?
Breeding season has gone very well. We had 4 stallions that were booked full and closed this year, which is very, very unusual. We have a real hot stallion, Monty Mickey, that was projected to be the top 3-year-old this past year. And he tore a suspensory and was unable to race, but we're excited about him. We've got Summa Cum Laude foals on the ground. Ready for Money has foals on the ground, and this is the first year the Bit of Legends are out. So we are just tickled to death with the stallion roster we have now, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Long Tom. His book was full and closed, and he's off to a fantastic start this year.
Wow. About how many mares do you breed, and how many foals are born this year?
We will end up with about 175 foals. Breeding, we will breed over 600 mares.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of work.
So we've been busy.
Yes, I guess so. Breeding season officially ends when?
We closed the weekend after the 4th of July is when we close our breeding shed. A lot of breeders select to stop around the middle of June, but we stay open till the weekend after the 4th of July.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I know you're a busy guy, and we're going to be looking forward to sitting in this grandstand at the fair.
We're looking forward to having you sit in the grandstand at this fair.
Thank you so much and welcome back. We're going to take a look here at race 9. Number 1 is Buckeye State. Driver is Austin Hanners. Trainer is Brett Schwartz. This is a 2-year-old Yankee Cruiser. Now we're moving on to number 2. This is Corgi's Legend. Driver is Doug Hunt. Trainer is also Doug Hunt. This is a brown 2-year-old colt by Bit of a Legend Inn. Now to round out your field, this is number 3, Cruiser the Kid. Dylan Fagan is the driver and Brett Schwartz is the trainer. This is a brown gelding 3-year-old by Yankee Cruiser. Now let's talk about the number 1, Buckeye State. This dam has had 10 foals. It has made over $1.1 million between all of the foals together. Actually, one I want to take a little bit of a note of is Old Time Hockey has made over $213,000 with a best beat time of 149.3. Now I'm going to move on here to number 3, which is Cruiser the Kid. This is the 12th foal, and they all have made over just a little over $1 million. One horse I want to look at of the dam, which is Lady the Kid, has made over $288,000 with a best beat time of 151.2. We're going to send the action over to race 9.
Down the backside they go. Buckeye State and Hanners will guide the field on over to the 3/4. Cruiser the Kid second. Corky's Legend is third. Midpoint of the backside, no movement. Buckeye State, Cruiser the Kid, Corky's Legend has closed the gap, only 4 lengths off the leaders. They move into the far turn. They pass 3/4. They pass 3/4 in 150. Into the turn, Buckeye State, Cruiser the Kid, Corky's Legend is third. Here comes Cruiser the Kid to the outside. Buckeye State on the inside, Cruiser the Kid. Then it's Corky's Legend. Off the turn, field of pacers on their way home. Buckeye State, Cruiser the Kid, and Corky's Legend. Cruiser the Kid, Buckeye State. hit the line together.
Race number 9 is in the books. The winner was Cruiser the Kid. Driver Dylan Fagan, trainer Brett Schwartz. Finishing second was Buckeye State, Austin Hanners for Brett Schwartz. And third was Corky's Legend. Doug Hunt drove for Doug Hunt. Fractions were 37 and 2, 114, 150, and 222.
Leading on the front was number 3, Cruiser Kid. Then we hit to the half, and that was when number 1, the Buckeye State, took over. Then right around the 3/4, right to the end, it was Cruiser the Kid went and retook his position to get the win coming back home.
We're going to turn it over to our special correspondent today, Lisa Schwartz, for some information.
Thanks, Susan. Here we are. We finished up race 9. After race 8, we do the 50-50 here at the Fayette County Horsemen's Matinee. And the winner was none other than Ed Davis, the Pike County Treasurer. Pike County, Ohio. You have a horse here, Ed?
Yes, we was in the 7th race. We finished second. She done a nice job.
And did she behave behind that starting gate?
She did. She's a real nice filly. She's a filly of the Dragon filly that I'm real high on, and we're expecting big things out of her.
Well, congratulations. Don't spend that $335 on one spot, and we'll see you back here next year.
I thank you. We've been here the last 3 or 4 years. We always have a good time up here.
All right, we'll see you at the races. Back to you, Susan and Cheyenne.
Looking now at race 10, this is a 1-mile trot with a time bar of 2:20. Number 1 is Whiskey Peddler. The driver is Justin Hall. The trainer is Mark Winters. This is a 2-year-old by Volstead. Now we're going to move on to number 2, Madame Peel. The driver is Randall Smith, and the trainer is Randy Smith. This is a filly by Creatine.
Something interesting about the one horse is that this mare, Big Girl Pants, she has had 3 living foals, but she is a half-sister to Full Count, who has been standing in Ohio since 2006. Full Count has 275 registered foals, and earnings of his foals have earned over $10 million. He breeds somewhere between 16 and 42 mares a year, so the dam of Whiskey Peddler is a half-sister to Full Count. The 2-horse, this mare, I'm Your Biggest Fan, has produced a horse called Fanatic, has made $308,000.
We're going to send it over to race 10 for the action.
Madame Pele extends to 3. Whiskey Peddler still second.
48.
148 for 3/4 into the far turn. Here comes Whiskey Peddler. Draws up alongside Madame Pele. They're stride for stride. They turn for home. On the outside, Whiskey Peddler. Madame Pele is second. Through the lane they trot. Madame Pele the inside, Whiskey Peddler the outside. Whiskey Peddler and Madame Pele hit the line together. Photo for win. May have been a dead heat.
Although it was a 2-horse race, it was an exciting one, with Madame Pele winning in a mile of 2:22. The opening quarter was in 36, the half was in 1:12, the 3/4 was in 1:48, and again, the mile was in 2:22. Finishing second was Whiskey Peddler. Now, Madame Pele was leading the whole way, but it was a battle to the finish. We had to have Lisa differentiate between the horses. We're going to go into a commercial, and we're going to finish it up here for the last race.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Racing is back at El Dorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long in the new grandstands. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday nights. Tuesday and Wednesday post time is 3:15. Thursday through Saturday, the first race post time is 5:50. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation on July 1st. Horse players earn points with the new Caesars Rewards program. El Dorado Scioto Downs. Live racing is back.
Race 11, one of those unusual ones where we've got pacers and trotters in together. This was the Brett Schwartz Invitational with his two, and then Mark Winters kind of slipped one in at the last minute. So we have from the rail, Hail the Dragon and Austin Hanners. Brett Schwartz trains this Fear the Dragon colt. And the 2 is 3 Margarita Shot. Brett Schwartz again trains, and Dylan Fagan drives. Then we have Court Street Hill, a trotter with Chuck Bolin up and trained by Mark Winters, has the 3-hole. The 1-horse mare is Real Ravishing. She has produced a horse called Real Wicked, made $203,000, 2 O'Clock Johnny, $235,000, and Real Rockin' Ravi, $201,000. And the 2-horse Real Love, the dam of the 2-horse Real Love, she produced a horse called Traffic Citation, who made $125,000. So once again, even in the last race, we see that these are well-bred, well-connected horses.
Absolutely, and we're going to send the action to the 11th race.
On the 5/8 they go. Court Street Hill by a length. 3 Margarita Shot right there second. Hail the Dragon is third. Down the backside of the 3/4. Court Street Hill, the one to catch, leads it by a length and a half. 3 Margarita Shot second. Hail the Dragon is third. At the 3/4. Court Street Hill opens up but 2.5. 3 Margarita Shot. Hail the Dragon. No movement as yet. Into the Far's turn. Court Street Hill. 3/4 and 142. 3 Margarita Shot takes a peek to the outside. Hail the Dragon is third. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. It's Court Street Hill. 3 Margarita Shot. 3 wide. Hail the Dragon. Down the stretch they come. Court Street Hill. 3 Margarita Shot. Hail the Dragon. On the line. Court Street Hill.
Okay, for this 11th and final race, they certainly busted the time bar. The time bar was 2:20, and this race went in 2:12. The lone trotter in the race, Court Street Hill, was the winner. Chuck Bolin drove for trainer Mark Winters. 3 Margarita Shot finished second, and Hail the Dragon was third.
The opening quarter was in 33, the half was in 107 and 4, the 3/4 was in 142, and again, that breakthrough mile was in 2:12. We want to thank everybody for coming out. Our next episode will be out very soon, well, in June, and it'll be Bucyrus. Thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you at a track real soon.
This has been Matinee Madness. Matinee Madness is presented by the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center, Hagemeyer Farm, and El Dorado Scioto Downs. Matinee Madness is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.